who voted Democrat, who had issues with Trump. Not even that you even know why you had your issues, just the media pushed it. And so you guys hated him. All right, it's all good. But at some point, many of y'all have changed your mind. And you now support Trump, but you're doing it on the sneak. Come on, y'all. Let's own up to it so that we can all support this man together.
The hood is waking up. And what I mean by that is the lower income blacks that the Democratic establishment has been holding on to, even they're starting to see through the bull crap. They're starting to even realize that they've been lied to, that they've been pimped out, and a lot of them are not afraid to speak out anymore. This is a problem for the Democrats.
One of the things that a lot of people who are not familiar with the black community do not understand is that there is and has always been this black privilege or black tokenism, meaning that if a person has been accepted into the white club, so to speak, they don't want to lose their privilege by admitting additional black people. I've mentioned this on my channel numerous times when it comes to the black bougie elite, when it comes to the race hustlers, when it comes to the gatekeepers, quote unquote, such as Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crump, and others. But I haven't addressed it as much from the conservative side. Well, I'm gonna do that here because it exists even more so on that side. And I'm not gonna name any names. You know exactly who I'm talking about, the ones that are propped up as being the faces of conservatism in the black community. You know who they are. You know the ones who have run campaigns, who have done things to quote unquote get out the black vote, but yet have been unsuccessful. But now when you see the rise of the N-word for Trump, which I don't agree with that using the N-word, but I get the sentiment that these brothers are expressing, and the black men who are saying they're going to support Trump. They're not saying they're going to support the Republican Party. They're saying they're going to support Trump.
Who voted Democrat, who had issues with Trump. Not even that you even know why you had your issues, just the media pushed it. And so you guys hated him. All right, it's all good. But at some point, many of y'all have changed your mind. And you now support Trump, but you're doing it on the sneak. Come on, y'all. Let's own up to it so that we can all support this man together.
The hood is waking up. And what I mean by that is the lower income blacks that the Democratic establishment has been holding on to, even they're starting to see through the bull crap. They're starting to even realize that they've been lied to, that they've been pimped out, and a lot of them are not afraid to speak out anymore. This is a problem for the Democrats.
I'm voting for him. I'm telling you right now, okay? So just miss me with it. Make America great again.
When are you guys gonna learn? The more you indict, the more we unite. Facts. It's Trump 2024. We don't care. You heard me? We already made our mind up. You already know when the hood got your back. Man, they deep in the hood. Gangsters. Holler about Trump 2024. You heard me? Woo woo. Wah. Gangsters. The hood got this man back. Nobody being fooled no more. We all the way up, you heard me? It's Trump 2024. That's what it's gonna be, cause we ain't having nothing else.
Trump is a brother now. I'm sorry.
And when you see the rise of that, they even have a song out, a video out for Trump.
I'm here to support President Trump.
Ooh, they try to take my guns, I can't go like that. Ooh, they try to take our funds, I can't go like that. Ooh, they try to ban our speech, I can't go like that. Yeah, I'm black, I'm not Democrat, Peter MAGA hat. Ooh, they try to take my guns, I can't go like that. Ooh, they try to take our funds, I can't go like that. Ooh, they try to ban our speech, I can't go like that. Yeah, I'm black, Peter MAGA hat. I'm not Democrat, yeah, I'm strapped, they ain't taking that. I'm just talking facts, yeah. When you disagree, watch how little's act, yeah. They try to ride on me, but they caught a flat. Look at the unemployment rate, especially for our race.
And so when you see the rise of that, you also see from the ones that were the blackface conservatives before, you see the pushback, if you will, or the lack of enthusiasm by the number of black people who are actually saying now they're going to vote for Trump.
I did not know that when I made a tweet that said that black people will never vote Republican, I was going to set Twitter on fire. So this is what's going on with this. So in the tweet that I sent, I said that anybody that is literally going to sit here and tell you that black people are going to vote Republican in any sort of real big numbers in 2024 is lying to you. They're either actively lying to you, they're trying to sell you something, these people are not telling you the truth. The point that I made in the tweet that I sent was that we really do underestimate, as conservatives and Republicans, and sometimes people that can be in this echo chamber that is Twitter, X, social media, whatever you want to call it, we underestimate the amount of actual indoctrination that people are getting day in and day out, particularly the African-American community. Now, I brought up the Shade Room and I brought up Hollywood Unlocked. These are accounts on Instagram that literally have tens of millions of mostly black followers. This is what African Americans, this is what black people in America are listening to day in, day out. And I am about 90% sure that the DNC pays for advertising via both of those outlets, via posting press releases about things that Joe Biden has done, posting anti-Trump, anti-Republican, anti-DeSantis, anti-MAGA sentiment. They do this stuff all the time. That is not to mention every black entertainer, every celebrity, everyone going hard against Republicans, going hard against Trump, going hard against DeSantis, going hard against conservatives. This is what these people are consumed by. This is what the average black American who is not terminally on Twitter, who does not watch Fox News, that does not follow any of the political commentators, African American or otherwise, this is the reality that is going on. And to me, the reason that people are so triggered by this reality, first of all, is because a lot of conservatives and Republicans are very culturally illiterate. These people do not understand the black culture that exists in this country.
And you want to know why that is? Because they see their perch, they see their position of privilege in the conservative circles being lessened and lessened. And it's causing them to be frightened. It's causing them to be alarmed. Because if you truly care, see, I'm a biblical conservative. Things that are important to me as a biblical conservative: religious freedom, number one; sanctity of life; educational opportunities, school choice; economic opportunity, speaking about entrepreneurship, speaking about trade schools, those things, using policies and programs that actually go into the community to help build people up, not these government programs that consist of handouts and keep people down. And of course, the last thing is the black family, about having nuclear families, keeping families intact. Those are the 5 pillars that I stand on as a biblical conservative. So when those pillars, when those things are expressed from a voice that wants to see the black community as a whole excel, black people buy into it, because those are things they practice in their homes. Black people are the most conservative group. They believe in life. They've been convinced by feminists and others to take the lives of their young children, but black people by and large are against murder, against the termination of life. They are for economic opportunity. They hustle more than anybody I know. They're for educational opportunity, but Democrats and liberals block that all the time, and they want to keep their families intact. That's what they stand on. So those are the 5 principles that I stand on. But you got people out here who say things like this when a poll comes out saying that 20% of black people are going to vote for Trump. And that's because they see their gravy train being dried up. It's drying up. And they see that conservatives who relied upon them to be the black voice of conservatism, they see that that doesn't work. Because you have to understand something. If you're going to communicate to an audience, you have to be able to relate to that audience and speak to them in a way that they can understand what you're saying. When you have people claiming to speak for a group, but yet speak at them instead of speaking with them, then that alienates the group to your message. And unfortunately, a lot of conservatives who are not black, who do not understand the dynamics of the community, really have not received that message. So they've been lied to, especially President Trump. He was lied to by people who claim to speak for a community, but yet really did not understand that those people who claim to speak for the community actually speak at the community. And that's one of the frustrating things. I made a short talking about the difference between a biblical conservative and a black conservative. A lot of these black conservatives just tap dancers. They tap dance and keep tap dancing over and over and over again, but they yet never find solutions to help to benefit the black community, let alone America as a whole. So as a biblical conservative, those 5 principles that I espoused earlier, those things that help not just the black community, but every community, but in particular the black community, because nobody is saying that. No, even Tim Scott, as much as I like Tim Scott has been duped to saying that he is, quote unquote, the threat to the Democratic Party. With all due respect, Tim Scott is not the threat that he thinks he is, because his message is not resonating with black people. His message resonates more with white conservatives than it does with black people who are more conservative by nature. What I'm saying is that, and I hate making this a black-white thing, but in order to have effective outreach, to black people who are naturally conservative, you have to have a person or people or groups that actually can speak that language that they can understand, apprehend, and receive. That's it. You have to socialize the message in a way that people can receive it, can consume it, and make it their own. Because you have to, that's why one of the things I always say, my motto on this channel is that we're not victims, we are empowered for greatness. It's getting out of that victim mentality and giving people that impetus to say, no, I don't have to let the government dictate how I live my life. I don't have to wait until somebody gives me a handout. I don't have to wait until I get my unemployment check. I don't have to wait until I get that government assistance. I can stand on my own 2 feet. I have agency, and I can, through the grace of God, through hard work and through opportunity, provide for myself and my family. And that is what most black people want to do. There's been a notion, there's been this stereotype that either black people are athletes, entertainers, drug dealers, thugs, criminals. That's not the case. But that is what the media wants people to think, because what that does, that allows the media to continue to play up that idea, the notion of systemic racism, that black people are limited to this box. They can only do this right here. And the only way they can get out is by rapping, shooting, running, dribbling, dancing. That's it. Or acting. But that's not the case. There are plenty of black doctors, plenty of black lawyers, plenty of successful black people, plenty of carpenters, plenty of plumbers, plenty of welders, plenty of barbers that want to do what's best for their family. And so we have to get that message to them and make that message appealing. That's why Trump is appealing to black men, because Trump demonstrates a change from the norm, a change. He's not part of the establishment. He has the ability to speak to black people in a way that most politicians can't, because that dude is an entrepreneur. That guy speaks his mind, and you know exactly where he's coming from. Black people are tired of the two-facedness from all parties. They are. From the Republicans, who really don't care much about them, who do a faint outreach, who really don't care about reaching out to the community, and through Democrats who pander to them for their vote but don't do anything. There's no action behind it. So therefore, we as biblical conservatives, as people who are conservative, who happen to be black, we have to speak that message to people that they can receive it, because we are not victims. They are not victims. We are empowered for greatness.